Oh baby, this is the fun. This is the fun. So we got the final reveal going down. It's actually not live yet, so it's literally like refresh central when it's actually gonna come. Maybe it hits right now. It's 12 my time. Is it Vayne? Is it someone else? Let's see. I'm scrolling down. It is Vayne. Oh, it is Vayne. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds to actually load and get all rendered, because that is a thing. So let me give you guys my guess and estimation of how Vayne would work. So Vayne has a very similar thing to actually, funny enough, very similar thing to like Varus. She gains stacks, but she's very infamous for that, right? She drops 3 stacks on you and then does true damage. Her ult gives like a movement speed buff, a cooldown buff. Her E is something on the wall. So like I thought Varus would have a stun, I'm assuming that she's going to have a stun as well. It is, I'm assuming Demacia, she's always about that justice stuff. Her skin looks insanely cool too. So I'm assuming she's gonna have something about stacks. True damage in this, in Runeterra, I would assume that true damage is going to be something similar to like maybe insta killing a tire, obliterating. She's probably going to obliterate stuff. That's what it'd be. So she does 2 damage. Maybe she does insta kill obliterate, but with some type of setup. We're gonna also see, does she work with Varus? Does she spell based? Oh no! It like starts playing. Okay. So let's get ready, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. As you guys know, as I said in another video, I have zero access to this early. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be watching streams like you guys. I'm right there in the trenches with you. I'll probably be watching Snooey. If Grappler goes on, I'll be watching him as well. And then, like I said, maybe later on in the day, I'll try to craft some decks that I would like to do if I can get that video out to you guys. But let us get to it. I know I've been talking, 2-minute video. Let's look at Vayne.
Ready yourself.
Swing step. 3
3
costs. So tumble. Oh, she's creating Jean. Oh, same level up as like MF and Quinn, which is good for Demacia. So when I'm summoned or round start, so it doesn't even actually matter whether or not it's attack token nonsense. Round start, credit tumble in hand, or if you have one already, reduce its cost by 1. This is actually also a created card, so there is some synergy with that. And it is, an ally starts a free attack. Equip an equipment that costs 2 or less to it. That's busted. That's so busted. I did forget about her tumble, right? Her tumble, she goes forward or backwards like that, and she does additional attack. Now, do you equip it to, I'm assuming to the ally, but what equipment? Or does it equip a random that costs 2 or less to it? So it could be a darkened weapon, and that's actually very synergistic with all the darkened stuff that we said, because a lot of the darkened weapons are 2 or less, and that's pretty good. The only problem is that it is 3 mana. You have to bank mana on turn 2, I think turn 1 and turn 2, so you can actually be able to use her tumble initially, but it allows her to attack and then attack again. But also keep in mind that she has no quick attack. She doesn't have anything like that, maybe in her evolved form. But yeah, so I've seen you attack 4 times. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that, right? Especially because she's a little bit lower. I think MF is a 3-drop as well, but she doesn't assist with attacking anyway. And maybe a wide minion board also could just do some cheesy stuff. So this is really good. It also has synergy with Jax as well. Jax, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is like a 2-drop. So there's a lot to unpack with this. So she's really good, and already just by reading her, fits in a lot of different decks and gives me a lot of good ideas. Let's continue.
If we hesitate, we die, and I'm not interested in dying.
No one is actually Vayne. So she's already with Jax. So tumble, let's see it. Scout attack. Oh!
Look closely at their eyes, full of fear.
That's 2 attacks.
Serve me.
Now she gets 3.
Or another. Swift death. Struggle. They'll enjoy it.
Now, real quick, let's break that down just quickly. So she attacked initially and then did a scout attack and then was able to then attack for 3 times. So she's already at 3 right now, but though you have to be careful. She has no tough, unless she has, obviously you bring her with tough or anything like that. So scouting, attacking with her is going to be very dangerous, especially with the region that she's in right now with the Jax region, but still pretty good. Yeah, look, she just got pulled.
Very well.
Prismatic, which is in Demacia, so that's correct. If an ally died this round, I cost 2 less. Really good. So I'm actually, to me personally, you know what I'm thinking? I'm already thinking that old, not an old deck. When Evelyn first came out, they paired her with Lucian. And it was Lucian, it was Evelyn Lucian deck, and it was the whole Dawn Speakers deck. If they have something like this, if an ally died, if they have enough of that, I'll definitely do it. So it says I cost 2 less. Play, equip me with a equip that costs 2 or less from the hand, and it's a 3-drop, right? But it can be a 1-drop or 2, which is really good, and then it gets extra stats. Awesome.
Not much for pets, but this one is fine.
Yeah, she does not have a dog. Okay, here we go. Another couch she evolves.
I will release them from their pain.
Oh, by the way, I also wanted to mention that her skin is the Sentinel of Light Vayne. This is actually like kind of lore. This is super lore actually, because I think when they dropped the Lucian Senna Viego package, not in Runeterra, but actually League of Legends and stuff like that, she became a Sentinel of Light. So you actually see her in this iteration that she is a Sentinel of Light. So she is about that life. So now she evolves, and it says create a 0-cost tumble in hand. If you have one, reduce its cost by 3, which is all. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That is some pretty cool quality of life of a unit that if you already had a tumble in the hand, it would then drop down to 0, which is pretty cool. I like that. But still, a 3-drop that's a 4/5, and what's cool is that and a lot of the times when characters create things, like even Victor, like this makes me think that they need to change Victor a little bit, because like literally Tumble can be used on any character, and one thing that I always hated about Victor is that his Hextech core can only be that can be only used on that one. So if they remove it and I play another one or revive him, it's like, oh no, it's not that Victor. Like I feel like I like that hers is like it can literally be used on anybody, even though she's literally the only one that tumbles. So let's see it. Still vulnerable to stuff. Fish fight, I missed that one. I tried. Okay, get a strike. Blood Curse Harpy. Play, equip me with a 2-cost. So that's a theme, a thematic in her deck. So even my deck, right? The Freljord version, that's actually going to be vicious. That's another vicious one. That might be one of the ones I start off with first too. Because that Demacian Steel thing, the very cheap 2-cost card, because I don't really care too much for the Weapon Master Jax. I actually would rather that, because then these equipments get stronger, and then you can give free attacks to literally any ally that's actually buffed up to hell. The first time I would die while equipped, fully heal me and destroy the equipment instead. That's cool, but you obviously have to be careful with that, right? You gotta be super careful with that, because then you can lose one of your super buffed up equipments. But it has Scout. It's a 6 Scout card, so all Scout archetypes have a really spicy, really spicy unit, and it protects itself. So woo, that's pretty good.
Creature is beyond saving.
Darkened Hollowbird, 8/6. That is a hard thing to kill. Darkened Aegis.
She looks more capable than most people.
So boom, it came back, ate the equipment. None shall escape. Condemn.
Are no more than fiends.
Does you get quick attack or something?
Return to innocence.
What? What?
By my hand, I will end their suffering.
What? Another tumble to get the scout attack. Yeah, her getting a scout.
Cleanse the evil. Every last monster will be purged.
It's like it's cool for them to show the scout thing, right? But it's like that's RNG as hell. That is super RNG to get that. And yes, they showed how effective it is if you do get it. But sometimes, you know, it's a high roll to get that, right? So Vayne's Condemn, an ally strikes an enemy if you've attacked 2+ times this round. I cost 5 less. So they did incorporate her E, but they incorporated it in a way as no stun. So again, these characters with CCs don't have CCs, but it's a free strike. It's a 6-cost concerted strike for only one person. But if you've been attacking, which is literally a scout attack, and then you attack again, and it's fast. So, and it says attack. So once you commit the attack, this is boom. After the scout attack, and then the second attack follows up. That is a 1-cost strike. That's awesome. Also, with all these strike spells and the stuff with equipment and stuff like that, also does work around with Kayn and Varus synergies as well. So Vayne is very flexible, and I can already see works in a lot of different decks. I think you will have a little slight issue of keeping her alive though. Similar to like Quinn, but Quinn at least has something that drags units off to, especially it drags the strongest unit, so it makes her survivability better, but she's gonna need something to kind of keep her healed up. She does have 4 defense, which is awesome, but which I understand because she needs to sometimes she needs to attack herself, especially if you're board clearing, right? Let's see what else we got here. The fish fight, an equipped ally strikes an enemy, so another free strike, 2 mana. It's 2 mana slow speed strike, but this is making Jhin Demacia to me seem a little bit spicy. I think I might be running some Jhin Vayne. You have a lot of slow spells in Demacia as well, instead of it being like a lot of it's like super tempo, like they flood the field, and then alongside with Jhin stuns, he could actually make some crazy plays like a tumble, and then you know, what is that, this thing with the equipped thing strikes, it's pretty good, pretty good. I don't know why I said that. Steadfast Elkin, first time I see an ally equipped, grant me tough. Great. 1 mana 2/2 with tough, sounds great. Then they have a 2 mana follow-up attack. Give equipped allies +1/+1 this round. Awesome. If an ally died this round, we already read that one. When I'm summoned, give equipped allies barrier this round. That's awesome, especially if you can resummon it in a cheaper way. And it's equipped allies, right? So this archetype does need a lot of equipment, so I can actually see why you would run it with the Jax package, because how do you get this many equips and stuff like that? Where do you get them from? Even Vayne herself, even though she has all this good stuff with equip, she has no equipment herself, so you have to run the Demacian Steel, and then you have to run the Aegis one, and then hope that you get it early. But I also already have shown that if you guys, maybe I'll link it, I'll put the card in. I've already kind of shown that if you do run this type of deck, which I've already ran it with Freljord, you basically need to just mulligan and make sure you have it, because all your cards synergize with it so well. As long as you get that one thing, that one equipment, and then everything is kind of like hunky-dory after that. So really like her package, really like how she works. They didn't do anything with the attack 3 times thing. Sorry, not obviously they did that, but like her attacking something, a specific target, or a double spell thing, but she's not a spell-based character really, so I can see why they didn't go with that. They instead went it with, if she's constantly attacking, that she's killing things, which does make sense. I get it. What do you guys think about Vayne? This is not less kooky, and I feel like this is one of these characters in which people will get pissed about in like a month. Or maybe even immediately, is when characters like Kai'Sa and characters like this, when they have a very direct thing, there's no RNG really involved into what they're doing, unless you're running the Jax package, which Jax package is RNG in itself. But Vayne is a very distinct character. There's no creating new nonsense, bullshit, anything like that. Straight laced. If you make a deck that works, the deck works. And it will work. This whole thing, starting so many free attacks, can really spawn some, like I said, MF. Now you don't need to run Quinn. You can run 2-3 drops that are pretty low cost, and then they kind of just keep attacking. And if you do run like an MF there, she's clearing the board. Like you could, oh my god, like I definitely looking forward to seeing old archetypes, like literally replacing Quinn with Vayne. At least I know some people are going to at least try that, right? But I also think Freljord is going to be pretty good. Kayn is going to be loving this stuff, all these free attacks, because it allows him to literally clear the field. Also, Vayne actually allows blue Kayn to be viable, right? Because these free attacks don't actually have to target stuff like what is it? Cataclysm. These things are just lost a free attack. This thing strikes this, and as long as all these free attack things are going on, Blue King can actually just level up, get his attack really high, and actually just win the freaking game. Very, very interesting. Like I said, I just off the cuff just named a bunch of different things that you can utilize with Vayne, a bunch of the characters, and there's even probably more than that could be utilized that I'm not thinking about off the rip. But yes, very flexible character, very good. You're gonna see her in a ton of decks. You're gonna see Seraphine in a ton of decks. Every character I think actually has a ton of decks and a lot of exploration, and not just like, there's probably some deeper thought stuff, but they have a lot of surface level stuff that allows people to just kind of go with a basic idea and play. Absolutely fantastic. I'm in love. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys, like, comment, subscribe, and as soon as I get my hands on it, you guys know The decks are coming. They're coming out the gate. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.